What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rant, no hate. So, Sugar Shane Mosley was doing an interview, and he basically was saying that, why is his son not being promoted by Golden Boy? Now, we know there's a big rift between Shane and Golden Boy, Oscar Delahoya, and pretty much it's been that way for a while now. Now, they asked Shane what was the issue with Oscar, like why did things happen the way it did? What's his issue with you? And he said, he believes because, he beat Oscar twice when they fought. And he also said that when he was going to fight Floyd, that Richard Schaefer didn't want him to fight Floyd. He said it wasn't Oscar at that point, it was Richard Schaefer at that point. But so he ends up having a falling out with Richard Schaefer and with Oscar. But he's saying, as far as Oscar goes, he think he's mad because he beat him. And, his son is promoted by Golden Boy. So, when he asked that question, it's like, well, if his father has a problem with you, your son was already a part of Golden Boy before the issue happened. Well, I think it would be obvious that he's like, fuck your son. I saw the fight that he had with Gabe Rosado. Yeah, and he won. And Gabe Rosado's a guy, I don't care who he fights. You read comment sections on any fight of Gabe Rosado's, and it's always the same thing. Yo, he's a warrior. Yo, he might not win all the time, but he comes to fight every time. Every fight he brings it. Yo, he's always in exciting fights, this, that, and the third. Okay. Well, Shane Mosley Jr. just beat him. So why isn't he being promoted and pushed? Well, I think a better question is, well, why is Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. even signed to Golden Boy? They need to take their talents elsewhere. Now, when you don't push a fighter, you don't promote them properly, you don't get their name out there, yeah, he already had the stigma over his head that, damn, this is Sugar Shane Mosley's son. And the first unfair and unfortunate thing that people are going to do is compare the two of them. Oh, he ain't like his father. No, he's not his dad. No, he's not his dad. He doesn't have to be his dad, okay? He's trying to be the best version of himself. And at the end of the day, that's hard shoes to follow, man. I don't care, what sport it is. What genre it is. I mean, if Michael Jordan's son was playing basketball, first thing they're going to say, he's not like his dad. Anybody. If Sugar Ray Leonard's son was boxing, oh, he's no Ray Leonard. If Michael Jackson's son decided, hey, I want to become the new king of pop, man, nah, he's not his dad. Hell no, he's not as good as Mike. That's what they're going to get, even if it's true, okay? If they never had the opportunity to get the type of exposure, whatever it may be, the bottom line is that's the unfortunate thing about it. So, yeah, I watched the video, and I it's like, hey, listen, you and Oscar had y'all falling out. Yeah, he obviously doesn't care to promote your son. So you got to take your talents elsewhere. You got to look at, what else is out there for you. What else do you want to do? Because truth of the matter is, you're not going to be in your prime forever, and before you know it, a lot of times guys make, moves too late in their career. I mean, we've seen it happen to Danny Jacobs. He was able to fight Canelo. He was able to fight, he fought Golovkin too, right? Yeah. He fought some guys, good guys. He lost those fights, and he started to get his shine late. Never got the Charlo fight. Never got the fight with, Demetrius Andrade or whatever. So, he started to get his shine late. And when those things happen, it's like, before you know it, it's over. So several people have started to get their shine late. Look at Zhang Zhang. Just started, got his shine by beating, Joe Joyce. So when you look at who's doing what, this is exactly what I mean about how you got to look at what's going on in your career. I mean, Andre Ward lost a lot of good years, man, and came back as a light heavyweight. He wasn't exactly the same. He wasn't the same Andre Ward as he was at 160, but, he got some good wins. He retired while he was on top, Was he 34 when he retired? Something like that, 33, 34. So, yeah, I mean, these things happen. A lot of guys just never get to that point. And once again, the unfair, I mean, if you look at Conor Ben, the same thing. They're always going to compare him to his dad. Nah, he ain't as good as his father. Okay, he doesn't have to be. Stop comparing him to his dad. Chris Eubanks Jr., same thing. It's always going to be a comparison. Evander Holyfield's son, Evan Holyfield, the same thing. He's not as good as his dad. And it's not, and the thing about it is, like, people, they love to just say this little stupid saying, oh, he's trying to live in his, live on his father's shadow. He's trying to live on his father's coattail. Man, stop it. These guys are trying to make a living. There's no rule that says if my daddy was a fighter, I can't be one. Otherwise, I'm trying to live off of his name. And the problem is these people, like, when you don't get the break that you're looking for, when you're in a position where people are not working with you, they're not promoting you properly, and his son isn't the most polished guy out there, okay? But at the same time, he's out there, and yeah, I mean, Oscar having these concerns, and I think you guys need to go elsewhere. Let's just be real. What else has to happen? So it's obvious, hey, look, he got a problem with you. That's your son. That's your son. But at the same time, you gotta look at the kind of person that Oscar Delahoya is. Let's just be real, okay? That man fought against Floyd Mayweather, and that man had Floyd Sr. in his corner. That's some low-life cutthroat shit. That is some cutthroat shit. I'm fighting your son, and you're training me. Nah, that's some cutthroat shit. And here's the funny thing. You got people talking about, yo, I don't think Ben Davison going to train Anthony Joshua if he fights against if he fights against Tyson Fury, because Ben Davison this and this. Hey, listen, him and Tyson Fury, they cut ties as business partners. They ended on good terms, but they ended. So that shit is like, okay, now I'm training Anthony Joshua. So why the fuck would I not train Joshua? Why would I not train him to fight against Tyson Fury? I'm no longer his trainer, right? And then the thing is, people say, nah, but I could understand that though, man. Like, you got to, they had a good friendship, and okay, Floyd Sr. is Floyd Mayweather's father, and y'all ain't have a problem with that shit. People was acting like that was okay. That's some normal shit to do. This man is being trained by his opponent's father, and that was okay. That's the hatred, the stupidity. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what, that type of shit, where I remember Shane Mosley making the comment that, he thought that De La Hoya was going to win, and if anybody knows Floyd is his dad, and you didn't hear Shane Mosley say, nah, that's some cutthroat shit right there, man. That is some cutthroat shit. Now imagine Shane Mosley fighting Floyd, and Jack Mosley's over there in Floyd's corner training him to fight his son. That's some cutthroat shit. And to be honest with you, I had lost a lot of respect for Floyd Sr. when he did that goofy shit, because I'm like, nah, man, I don't care how much. Come on. Now, I love my son. I love my son. And you love your son so much that you actually went and trained another man to help him to try to beat your son. Try to end his undefeated streak. Try to take the lion's share. You tried to eat. What kind of shit is that? That was some bullshit. That was some cutthroat shit. But it backfired. Didn't work. But it's just the fact that it happened. You understand what I mean? So, yeah, man. That's what it is. So now Shane Mosley has a taste in his mouth of what it's like to be a former associate, friend, business partner, whatever he in De La Hoya was, and whatever he had going on. Now when you look at it, doesn't feel good, does it? But like I said, people gonna do what they're gonna do. But yeah, his son, nah, he's not getting the treatment that Mosley had. He doesn't have the career that his father's had, and if he doesn't make a change before you know it, it's gonna be too late for him. Demetrius Andre, he's another one, been out there and finally was able to get the fight with Benavidez. And I just feel like when you watch it, he was slower, more flat-footed, trying to throw nothing but power shots. I don't think he believed that he could outbox Benavidez successfully. He had to try to put some hurt on him, and it's like he was throwing everything. His form was bad. He wasn't boxing, moving, using slick movements. He was trying to, pound and throw these power shots, and it wasn't hurting Benavidez. And all he let Benavidez know was, oh, shit, I can't hurt you, basically. So once Benavidez saw that, you see how it went. And since he's lost to Benavidez, that might be it. He might be done. Especially, the fact that he's fighting at 168 pounds. You know what I mean? Now, the way he looked against Benavidez, I say Caleb Plant would beat. Caleb Plant would also beat Demetrius Andrade. David Morrell would beat Demetrius Andrade, in my strong opinion. So what does he do at 168? So yeah, and that's what would end up happening to Shane Mosley Jr. if they don't make moves quick. That he'll end up, maybe going somewhere and get to the point where he's used just for last name's sake to be a sacrificial lamb to somebody. So I don't know, if people don't take interest. Hassan Rahman, his son, there's no big interest in him. Tommy Morrison's son is there. There's no big interest in him. Evan Holyfield suffered his first loss in his career, and he hasn't fought since then. Nobody really talks about these guys. You understand what I mean? So it is what it is. Well, we'll see what happens, if anything at all. And it's not really a hot topic. It's just something I seen with Shane Mosley, and I just felt like talking about it. Tell me what y'all think about Shane Mosley Jr. being on Golden Boy. Do y'all think Oscar Delahoya is like, or do y'all think that he's going to smarten up and wind up leaving Golden Boy? And that's the only way I really see him flourishing. And only if he's winning fights and you get the right type of promotion behind him. Or he's put on the right cards, to get more eyes on him. Anyway, talk to me in the comment section, y'all. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.